Oh, good
Ta-da!
morning. Yeah, so we are on live and good morning, good evening, depends where you are. I'm Irene Wong, your host for Everything Ballroom. Our goal is to help ballroom dancers have a wonderful journey. I'd like that if you like what we're doing, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, Everything Ballroom. Today, I'm so excited to have two guests and a dynamic American rhythm duo who began their professional journey, only in March 2024. Despite the challenge of training long distance, commuting between Chicago and Minneapolis, they have dedicated most weekend to refine their craft. Their competitive journey kickstart at USDC, and since then they have been making waves on the dance floor, consistently reach final, and recently, clinching the professional rising star rhythm title at the Winter Open. Rick Adam, one of our guests, is original from Ukraine and beats an impressive competitive history as a nine-time Ukrainian Latin Champion, three-time Ukrainian Standard Champion, and two-time Ukrainian Tandem Champions. And he also won European Club Cup in Latin American as high as 13th in the world. Ricci-Lee, born in South Africa and raised in Arizona, transitions from a 11-year gymnastic career to ballroom dancing at the age of 16 and turned professional in 2017. And in addition to her success in dance, she is also registered as dietitians, offer expert advice on maintaining a balanced diet to enhance performance on the dance floor. That's just great titles and experience. I can't wait to bring them on to us, with us to share their experience. Without further ado, let's welcome Artem Lazarev and Ricci-Lee Hotz. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. We're happy to be here chatting with you today.
Very good,
Yeah,
very good,
that's
very excited, very excited.
yeah. So, we talked about you guys are long distance, right?
Yep.
And how you guys, decided to form this partnership.
Well, I probably will start. For me, it was very interesting moment because in 2013 I had my last dance competition, and when I moved to United States, I kind of decided that I'm not gonna compete anymore. I'm gonna pursue to teach, and I'm gonna dedicate my time and energy to students, makes people happier. So it's cool. And then one of the competitions when we were planning to go, it was in Minneapolis, and I received a message on a Facebook from Ricky, and like, hi, my name is Ricky. I'm searching for a dance partner. Would you be interested to go back on the dance floor professionally? I'm like, oh, I'm actually going to Minneapolis. And then she said to me, is like, I know I saw you in the checklist of the dancers. I was like, whoa, okay. So somebody already checked on me. Yeah. And then the moment when I came to Minneapolis, we had our first tryouts, and then Ricky came to Chicago, and then she came again to Chicago, and then we kind of from one tryouts to another tryouts to another tryouts. It's become something bigger and bigger and bigger, and then organically, that's I love that word. We kind of grew together as a partners, and then Ricky introduced me to her dance instructor that worked with her for a long time, and I was kind of nervous about this. To always like you want to like the person who is the teacher of your dance partner, because we're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna need to work together, right? And it went very smoothly and nicely, and I was very happy about it. So yeah, that's a little bit of my story, Ricky.
So from my side, I had two previous American rhythm partnerships. One that was 6 years and one that was a short year that was longer distance. And that partnership had just ended. It was a time where, I was like, okay, I just gotten going again, and now I'm off the floor again, and I'm like, I need to be back. I don't want any more breaks. So I looked at that heat list, and I'm like, is there anyone I know that I feel like I could click with, that's good inspiration? And I saw Artem's name. I'd seen him at events before. I saw him dancing with students. I'd seen his energy, and I was like, if this guy's willing to come out of retirement and come onto the dance floor, I think I'll really enjoy to dance with him. So then we had our first tryout. He called me a stalker the first time I met him, but that's because I went after what I was aiming for my goals, for my dancing. And at our first tryout, I remember thinking, like, the connection felt so easy, it felt so natural. If this is something that we can figure out and keep going, it's going to be amazing.
Wow, I have goosebumps when I hear this. And then I like, Ricky, you show a woman, or any guys or men's or women's and say, go for what you want and then, ask. He might just say no.
Yeah.
You never know. See, now it's such amazing to see you guys on the dance floor. So this is wonderful. So how do you manage a long distance? So, and before we go to the long distance, Alan, you did mention that you're coming from Ukraine and how that life, for you in the US are, impacting you, for the Ukraine war right now.
I mean, it's definitely not easy because I have my family members still in Ukraine, and that's very emotional. Ooh. I didn't even know that's gonna be like that. So I talk to my mom every day, definitely, and of course I would like her to be here. And it's a little bit hard because, like, when you live entire life in Ukraine, you have your life, your work routine, daily routine, so you get used to things. And as you know, it's when you grew older, it's hard to change habits. So it's even for us to change dance habits, it's kind of like takes time to, if you get used to like slouching your shoulders. So it's like suddenly somebody's like, no, open your shoulders. And you're like, no, I don't want to. So it's kind of like very hard. So for them, for my mom's generation, it's really hard to change the habits. And I understand that. So in the beginning, I was like pushing her to come here because I become citizen like I think it's already 2 years. And she resisting. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you be because you're happy right now. I know it's not safe, but some people was born like in a, how do you say it? Like in a shirt, like when you walk through the whole entire war and nothing's happened to you particularly, like, like it's faith, whatever you call it. That's why I was like, okay, I'm not gonna send negative energy towards universe, towards my mom. So it's going to be everything's great. It's going to be, if it's meant to be everything's good, it's going to be everything good. Of course, it's hard. I wish we could be, as a nation, we could be like, not even our nation there, like Ukrainians, Russians, Americans, everybody. If we could be slightly wiser and more care about each other and more constructive towards like, like helping, grow, develop things instead of just destroying things. And then for me, I don't understand why we cannot just be better as a nation, as a human being, towards each other and towards ourselves. But I know I don't very much talk about politics and stuff because there is a lot of things that I don't understand. And the only things that what I can do from my side, it's I can create that light, that shine, the energy, the care, the love that I can give to people that around me. Gosh, why I'm so emotional? Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, so that's what you need to do on a daily basis. You need to really spread that love, spread the care, really truly, not just to put on a smile, but really truly be interested what's bothering the person who goes through the door to your lesson and how you can make their life a little, it's even tinier, but be better so they can just stay tall or smile wider, feel better, greater. So I think this is my mission since I was a kid. I even asked my mom a long time ago, like, hey, I want to, everybody feels great in this universe, in this planet. And then she would respond me like, that's not possible. I was like, I know it's possible. I just don't know how. And then when I came to the United States and I meet the owners of the studio that I'm working with, beautiful people, incredible, I realized that's how you can touch as many people's heart and help them to feel better about themselves, about life, about everything. And they can spread this even more to the next people. And then, yeah, so
Absolutely.
I
thank you.
give you
Thank
a
you.
lot of kudos on this, and I have goosebumps on that. So what I'm doing, and then what you're doing exactly, we feel good about spreading the joy, and then actually dancing is touching, and then is feeling, is art to expression. If we can all help each other, and then such a beautiful words that you said, and then that is a show. You know, in my show, we talk about finding a good teacher, finding someone. And what you said is a true demonstration if you find someone care, and that is a good teacher to begin with. Because then you can have a good conversation and then people care about you, then you can share the journey together. So thank you for sharing
Thank you.
this. I know it's an emotion, you know, I am grateful that you are willing to share your emotion, and sending all the love and good vibes to you, to your mom, and then people in the Ukraine and everyone around the world, actually. And if there has any suffer, and hopefully the joy of dancing is going to bring them together. So let's
Thank you.
bring back to the joyful things, and then
Yes.
you guys, you know, and
Mhm,
it's a successful long distance relationship.
mhm.
You know, tell us a little bit more about that, how to make it work for other professional, or even for me, it's thinking about long distance relationships. So, you know, because like what you said, my mom is, you know, I'm trying to be back with my mom more, and then I, you know, it's a location is a difference than with my teacher now. So how that work, and what is some tips you can share with the
Yeah.
audience and dancers?
So I do a lot of the commuting because Artem, as being a part of a studio, he has his commitments and his time commitments there, and so for me, getting into this partnership, we talked about like yes, he can commute sometimes, but I knew going in, we set those expectations of what our balance would be with commuting, with practice, and we have a goal of creating a brand, of being successful as a partnership, not just with results with marks, which of course we all want, but with creating something that's unique to us. And in that process, and in order to really create that long distance connection, it has to be this balance of when we're together, we have to train, we have to focus, we have to develop our time together. And it's something like for me, if we're not at a competition, I do my best to be in Chicago on the weekends. If it's a situation where I have to do something in Minneapolis that weekend, Artem will try and come to Minneapolis. But overall, we try and make sure we have consistency of training on the weekends or competing on the weekends. And then in between that, it's kind of developing in our own realms the way we need to. So whether that for me is I'm doing different cross training. So, you know, I like to do hot yoga, gyrotonics, I do ballet. And then in addition to that, going through and focusing and thinking on, okay, what is my focus? What am I trying to grow within myself, within our partnership, so that I can process through that when we're not together, so that when we do come together, I'm bringing myself ready to go, ready to practice, ready to train. And Artem can speak for kind of his process because we're both a little bit different. But the goal is that we have an intention, we create a plan, and we're consistent. And that's really what it comes down to. Even though we can't spend 3 hours every single day together, we make the most of the time that we do have together, And we also keep it fresh. There's something to be said about not having to be at each other's throats every day, 7 days a week. Like some partnerships lose that inspiration because they're just practicing to check a box. Whereas every time we come into practice, some days we might be tired, some days we might not be as inspired, but because we don't see each other all the time, it creates that continued inspiration and excitement for dancing, for connecting, and continuing to grow within our dancing together.
Wonderful.
I would say
captured
definitely. I would say definitely. What's if we're talking about the planning things, Ricky's like really super cool about it. I mean, like she's professional and 100% was planning. I'm more like a free spirit. So, and I think this is a part where we actually connect really, really well. So it's a kind of like a situations where the differences being different, like I'm this and she's that, actually connects us even stronger, which I really, really love. And the fact that she really committing to this relationship, it gives me so much motivation when she's here. It's really cool. It's really cool. I never had this in the past, so distance relationship, and I was like, okay, it's happening. It was like, let's do it. That's nice.
this is great. I saw you guys the three things that I said. Intention, just to recap. Intention, clear intention, plan, and consistent, right? The commitment and consistent sounds very, very good. So, this is for me, it is very important. So what is your seeing yourself partnership next 3 years? What's your intention for your next 3 years coming up?
Artem, what's your
Ricky, do
insight?
you, okay. So I got it. Well, as I said, Ricky, in the beginning, when we start building up already, like Ricky mentioned, our brand, I definitely would love to create a style that's going to be unique for me and Ricky. I don't want to like do I know we in the past like have this background taking lessons and one teacher another teacher, a lot of teachers was engaged into this. I definitely would like to have something special that between me and her that's gonna resonate with us first, and then will resonate also judges, people, audience who come, and that we would be able to leave this special mark. As a result, I would say some people would put results as a primary. For me, results is I love it. I love it. Don't take me wrong. I'm enjoying results, but probably I'm on a stage of my life when I would love to create this dance, and it's all about dance versus like when you're younger, I was like, I want to hit this first place. I want to hit. And if I don't hit, I was like, oh, disappointed. And then like takes you a week to get back on a track. That's why it's really cool because we have this balance between me and Enrique to create. Of course, results is great. I would love to be the finalist of the American Rhythm National Championship within maybe like next year, 2 years. I don't know how long is we gonna be together dancing, but hopefully long term. Ricky, what about you?
Yeah, and really we're on the same page in so many ways about this, and this is also something we spoke about before we decided to really dance together. Like, what is our intention? Again, that word intention. Our intention for our dancing. What are our goals? Because if one of us is over here thinking like, oh, we didn't get that mark from that judge, and and the other one's like, we're trying to create a story and a brand and an impact to where we feel good about our dancing and the audience enjoys our dancing and we get a good amount of judges to enjoy our dancing. Not everyone will love the product that you create, but if you create something that really is authentic, unique, and connected to you, and you continue to grow that and share that with people, that's the ultimate goal. And results, yes, like he said, of course we want to be finalists. We want to hit those marks, hit those levels and points in our dancing. But if we focus on these other things, that's what we want to do to get us there. We don't want to focus on the marks and then have the disappointment drive us down and lose our motivation. We
Yeah.
want to use that excitement of what can we create, what can we develop, what can we design that brings the most joy, that brings the most excitement, that brings the most energy and connection within our partnership and to those people watching us, and then let that speak for itself in the results. So with that, next 3 years, we're gonna do the most we can with our dancing until we decide it's time to we've left our mark and it's time to step off the floor. But for right now, it's just go 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 until we feel like we're at a place where we're ready to close that chapter. But it's not anywhere in the near future.
That's
And I
wonderful.
honestly, I wanna add a little bit. Sorry, I wanna add the buzz because Ricky mentioned this word story, and honestly, I had in the past like background of theater, so I think this has also helped me a lot as a dancer to open up and then think about when you're dancing that we're not just dancing the choreography. Now we're learning our cha-cha 1, 2, 3, stop, drop, turn around and stuff. That you really want to go on the floor and then you want to create that story that's gonna leave the mark. That even if you don't reach, like we have a couple competitions actually where we didn't reach high results, but we have so much people who come to us like, guys, we thought we were gonna win this competition, or you're gonna be this and this in the competition. We will so enjoy it, and that's a part which is like a makes your heart warm, and it's giving you a feedback that you're in the right path, that this what you're creating, the story behind the moves, that actually people getting it, and then they get this energy, they taking it, and that's incredible. Because it's really hard, like Ricky mentioned also, it's really hard to please everybody with your dancing. Not everybody likes your style, not everybody would be like, oh yes, cool. And yeah, that's why if you concentrate on please anybody or results and stuff, you're gonna lose everything. Motivational, yeah, like Ricky said, was mentioned already, and you're gonna be disappointed, and then eventually you're gonna stop dancing. That's why the person who you need to please yourself first, yourself, and if even not your dance partner, which is I already told to Ricky about it when we were training. One of the training, I don't want to find the special words that I'm gonna tell you to deliver the information so you would feel comfortable. No, I'm gonna tell you the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
and then you gonna see what you're gonna do with this. If you able to like take this and bring it response to that information versus like we don't want to be like we're teaching a lot, like Ricky teaching some students and me teaching students, and of course you through the years you have developed a habit like a teacher and a student. So we don't want the feeling between us being like a teacher student. We want to be a partners. That's why I said like, listen, I'm going to be telling you without sugarcoating things, this kind of moments that we're trying to be like soft and nice and gentle with students, because you need to if you want to grow them and make them better, you need to do it like a baby step, like a children. You need to be like this and little that, little this. With us, we know that we're going there, and that's it. There is no way. We decided to commit to this, especially distance and everything, and financial part, like money wise, time wise,
Mm-hmm.
physical exercising, like Ricky mentioned, she did a lot of different classes. I try to keep up with her, do some also classes here and stretching and stuff. So when we got together, it's actually works pretty cool. Yeah.
That's amazing. And then actually is share about life. I am still focused on trying to do a dance with life. And what you hit on the nail is the partnership is really be honest, be truthful, and please sell first. And that is
Yes.
such
Yes.
a hard concept. Even I am doing a lot of mentees, mentoring for college student or partnership. So that is very, very important concept, is that we need to enjoy what we're doing and be unique, be authentic. I love Ricky who said, be authentic and accept it. Not everyone going to like you. Exactly. You are artists. You are creating story. Life is a story, right? So you're creating as well. So I enjoy what you said so much, and definitely register with me. So I know we don't have too much time and respect people's time. So just ask Ricky. So you are registered dietitians, right? In this industry professionals. What advice you can give to pro-am dancers like us, and looking for, so we can feel good and look good on the dance floor?
Yeah.
What's your recommendation?
So I could do a whole multi-hour lecture on this, as some of you that might be listening have attended.
Maybe we can have one additional topic just about this. You just give a snippet, and then you can get you back on that topic. How about that?
Sounds good. So really the big things that I want to throw out there, big summaries, is find balance in your eating. Just like we're trying to do with our dancing, we're trying to find balance, moderation, finding the way to bring in the things that serve us and moderate the things that don't work as well for us, finding a balance, fueling yourself consistently, and knowing that you have to fuel your body in order to be able to perform appropriately. So starving yourself or not eating, putting just like food that like just only like energy drinks all day and not eating, all of these things are not going to help you succeed long term. Because if you look really skinny on the floor, for example, you look like you're in the good shape, but then you can't move, you don't have the energy to move and create, you're still not going to win. So really focusing on making sure that you give yourself, and again, it's going to be different for everyone, exactly what you need, but balance of your food groups, consistency of eating, fueling your body with food that makes your body feel good, and then focusing on the performance and what you can create, allowing the food to support your body in whatever size, shape it is, rather than trying to just eat purely with the goal of a certain body type in mind, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. We're going to talk about that, but that will be a very interesting topic. Dive into the detail next time.
Yes.
So this is wonderful. So that's a snippet on that. Let's schedule, the next one just around that. So I really see, for me, I get a lot of information, great information, not just about long distance, but in general. So if you ask to summarize one key advice for poem dancers, one, what would you be?
I'll go and then I'll let Artem throw his idea out there. But for me, I think the biggest thing is allow yourself to stay inspired and trust the process. Know that it's not going to be a perfect upward trend, that there's going to be bumps in the road, there's going to be plateaus. A lot of the time,
And trust your dance instructor.
and trust the dance instructor. Exactly. Know that you will continue
Fully.
to balance, and they will help you get there. But be honest, let yourself open up. Don't be scared to try something new. Don't be scared to fail, because if you fail, that's where you have room to open and continue to grow. So allow yourself to continue to explore.
Very good, because a lot of people feel if I don't get first play, I'm not continuing to get the title or whatever. Then they feel they're not, growing. But the growing definition, I think we need to define the grow definition, not by the mark. So great.
Growing, I would say from my side, from my perspective, like teaching already more than 20 years, and then the last 10 years being in the United States teaching students pro-am. You definitely need to understand that it's a process. It's a process, and you need to experience it, everything, like even if it's, and it's everybody, like everybody grows differently. Some people have a little bit more, they can hear better music, or maybe they just had the background, I don't know, they play the drums or play instruments or something, or did some gymnastics. So their body more capable to do things faster. And some people not. But the most important thing is that the patience towards yourself. And of course, if you have it's great if you have an instructor who have also patience to bring you this, like a, get your foot and draw it through the floor and then do it again, and then put your, like I did today with my student. I love her so much. I just took my shoes off, socks off, and just like, okay, put your toes like this. Let's do this way, this way. So you see, it feels like there is nothing's happening, but in the long run, you see her next time, next day, and then, oh, her feet is already closing. And this is like this tiny change, but this tiny change makes so much sense for her body, her feeling, how she walks, her confidence, how her shoulders suddenly opens up because you did this foot exercise. It's a small details is matter. And if you consistently also, at least 5 minutes a day, can spend, but every day, 5 minutes, to do the small tiny exercise that's going to change your life drastically. I was listening one podcast a long time ago. It was very inspirational for me, and it opens my eyes when the lady was talking about this 5 minutes. If you can do 5 minutes, wake up in the morning. You don't want to go to the gym. You wake up in the morning, you find your best clothes that you love, and you just like, oh my God, I can't wait to wake up and to put this clothes on. You go to the gym. You drive 20 minutes, you set alarm 5 minutes, you do exercise 5 minutes, you out of the gym. And you do it for like 30 to 60 days. It's not about being in the gym. It's about to make that habit to do this 5 minutes exercise. And she said 5 minutes is always better than 0 minutes. And I, from you, like, whoa, it was like really eye-opening. And consistency, it's a key for everything. If it's not only about the dancing, it's everything, whatever you do, your business, your, I don't know, classes that you're attending to learn how to cook, how to do this. Consistency is everything. Yeah. If you can just commit yourself to this.
Amazing advice. I need to get this 5 minutes habit. I was like, oh, once I stop, because I'm traveling and I stop, it's hard to get back to the routine. I used to have a routine. So get back to a routine, 5 minutes, so important. Can I ask you, Adam, that you talk about the exercise that we can do 5 minutes, the foot exercise. Do you mind to send a video of how that being work? You'd mind to share? Or is your secret?
Uh, there is no secret. Like I'm always open to open up all the secrets. I mean, I'm not keeping them away from people. The very interesting moment about the secrets. So I'm in the past I was lucky enough to have a lot of access to a lot of different instructors and traveling and the competitions, and we had different camps and private lessons with the top teachers in the world back in Europe. And I never keep the secret. I'm going to give you information. What you're going to do with this? That's a point. That's a question. I can give you access to everything. We have now a 21st century. We have access to so much things, but do we use this? That's a different things, right? So I don't have a video, but I don't know like how we can do it. Maybe we can demonstrate.
When you in Beach Bash, we have the Everything Ballroom booth. Maybe you can stop by at our booth, and then we're going to video it, and then you can get instructed, and we're going to post on our YouTube channel. And then hopefully people, maybe I do every day 5 minutes with the live every day, maybe. I don't know. Yes, I'm going to get myself. And then Ellie, we can all do it together. Create a 5 minutes exercise. I love it so much. Maybe
I can give you one tip that has really helped me a lot to dance swing, like to feel the toes connected. Like I would explain with my arms, but it's like, imagine if this is a foot.
Right foot.
And it's like a, so one thing that we tried back in the days in our dance studio with one of our instructors, we took completely shoes off and socks off, and with the toes, I don't know if you let me see if I can just show that this way. I can hold this video. So you know the spot, this spot of the underneath the toes, right? This spot, like that's the part that never touches the ground, never touches the ground. It's always like a banded. So we try to really create like a sponge, that like a sponge. Like imagine if there is a puddle. It's
Yep.
a word, right? Puddle. And then you're trying with the toes like a sponge, doing touch the ground with this area, touch and spread the toes and spread the toes like a toe, like you know the toe ball heel. So we're trying to kind of, and then do it like a 5-10 minutes. That's perfect, because when you start dancing on the floor, your foot become more softer. So when you place the foot on the ground, it doesn't hit and it doesn't injure your, like, I don't know, joints. It doesn't make it hard to your joints. It makes it softer. So you're kind of absorbing it. I love this so much. It's like changed my entire feeling in my entire body. Yeah.
Wonderful. We're gonna do that recording at Beach Bash at Everything Ballroom booth. Please, everyone can come and maybe you can demonstrate it. We'll record it, and then hopefully, maybe I'm gonna start something that every day 5 minutes. Ooh. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much. And then we definitely continue to have you guys, and it is such a joy, really such a joy to talking to you guys. And hopefully, we're gonna continue to build more win-win relationship, and then and talk more about this wonderful industry. Thank you
Thank
so
you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Irene. Thank you so much. It was really, really pleasure. And it was very exciting for this interview. Thank you.
Thank you. If you like what we are doing, please give us some thumbs and